No one has ever seen my face. No one knows my real name. Yet, my idea managed to change everything. They call me Satoshi Nakamoto, but that's not who I am. It's who the world needed me to be. Let's go back to 2008. The world was on fire. Financial markets were in freefall, banks were collapsing one after another, and the global economy was teetering on the edge of a cliff. I was watching quietly from the sidelines, observing the chaos unfold. Trillions of dollars vanished into thin air. Ordinary people, who had trusted the system with their life savings, saw their dreams turn to dust overnight. Families were broken. Lives were shattered. Trust, the very foundation of society, was completely broken. As I watched this happen, a powerful realization hit me. Maybe the system wasn't just broken. Maybe it was designed this way. Maybe it was built to fail, to concentrate wealth and power in the hands of a select few, while leaving everyone else vulnerable. It was a system that relied on centralized authorities, on gatekeepers who could print money, manipulate markets, and bail themselves out with the public's money when their risky bets went sour. It was a system built on fragile trust, a trust that had just been betrayed on a global scale. I knew I had to do something. But what? A protest? An angry article? No, that wouldn't be enough. Shouting at the system wouldn't change it. I needed to build something new, something that could operate outside the old rules. So I began to write. It wasn't a book, a manifesto, or a plea for reform. It was a white paper. 9 pages. That's all it was. But those 9 pages contained a concept that the world had never seen before. A blueprint for a new kind of money. I called it Bitcoin. The idea was simple, yet revolutionary. A currency with no banks, no central authority, no borders, no gatekeepers. It was a peer-to-peer electronic cash system. Money by the people, for the people, instead of a central bank. It would be run by a decentralized network of computers all around the world. Instead of a ledger hidden away in a bank's vault, it would have a public ledger, a blockchain, that everyone could see and verify. Every transaction would be transparent, secure, and irreversible. It was designed to be immune to censorship, manipulation, and inflation. This wasn't just about technology. It was about philosophy. It was about taking back control. It was about creating a system where trust wasn't placed in fallible institutions, but in the elegant, unchangeable logic of mathematics and cryptography. This was a system where you could be your own bank, where your wealth was truly yours, and no one could freeze your account or devalue your savings with the push of a button. On January 3, 2009, the first block of the Bitcoin network was mined. They call it the Genesis block, and embedded inside it, I left a message. It was a headline from that day. Newspaper, The Times, 3 Jan 2009. Chancellor on brink of second bailout for banks. That wasn't just a timestamp. It was a statement, a declaration of purpose, a warning. It was a permanent, unchangeable reminder of why Bitcoin was created in the first place. As a response to the failures of the traditional financial system, from that day forward, the network started growing. Slowly at first. It was just a small community of cryptographers, cypherpunks, and idealists who saw the potential. They were the early pioneers, mining coins on their home computers, experimenting, and helping to build out the infrastructure. In those early days, a single Bitcoin was worth less than a penny. Most people laughed at it. They called it fake internet money, a scam, a tool for criminals. They didn't understand it. They couldn't see the bigger picture. I knew from the very beginning that my identity had to remain a secret. This was crucial. If Bitcoin was to be truly decentralized, it couldn't have a leader. It couldn't have a face. The idea had to be bigger than any single person. It was never about fame or recognition for me. It was about freedom. It was about giving the world a tool, an alternative. If I had revealed myself, I would have become a single point of failure. Governments could have pressured me. Corporations could have tried to co-opt me. The movement would have been about me, not the idea. And so, I vanished. Over the years, the search for Satoshi Nakamoto became a global obsession. Journalists, governments, intelligence agencies, and amateur detectives all tried to unmask me. They followed digital breadcrumbs, analyzed my writing style, and pointed fingers at dozens of different people. Some said I was a brilliant lone programmer. Others believed I was a collective, a group of experts working in secret. Some even theorized I was an AI or an alien. Every few years, a new candidate would emerge, and the media frenzy would start all over again. They analyzed my use of British English, my posting times, my technical expertise. They came close, or at least they thought they did. But they never found me, and that's for the best. Because the longer I remained anonymous, the stronger Bitcoin became. It proved that the network could survive and thrive on its own, without a leader, without a central figurehead. It was a truly decentralized organism. Now, look at where we are. From a 9-page white paper and a small group of enthusiasts, Bitcoin has grown into a global phenomenon. It has spawned an entire industry of cryptocurrencies and blockchain technology. It has forced conversations in the halls of power, from Wall Street to Washington. It has provided a lifeline for people living under oppressive regimes or in countries with hyperinflation. It has given millions of unbanked people access to a global financial system for the first time. Of course, the journey hasn't been smooth. There's been volatility, speculation, scams, and intense debate. The old guard, the very system it was designed to challenge, has fought back. They've tried to ban it, regulate it, and dismiss it. They still do. They say it's too slow, too wasteful, too complicated. But they miss the point. Bitcoin was never meant to be a replacement for your morning coffee purchase. It's a replacement for the gold standard, a new kind of digital store of value, a savings technology for the digital age. The world runs on belief. The value of the dollar in your pocket, the stability of the banks, the authority of governments. It all rests on a shared belief system. And what I offered was a new object of belief. A belief not in people or institutions, but in code. In a system that is open, transparent, and fair. Belief doesn't need a face. It needs faith. It needs a community of people who share that faith and work to uphold it. So, who am I? Maybe I'm one man. Maybe I'm many. Maybe I'm gone. Or maybe I never truly existed in the way people imagine. But my idea did. And that idea is now in your hands. It belongs to everyone. It has grown far beyond my initial vision, taking on a life of its own. It continues to evolve, to challenge, to inspire. I am Satoshi Nakamoto. And that's all you need to know. The rest of the story is up to you. Thank you for watching. If this story made you think, please subscribe and share it with others. Let's keep the conversation going.